What if I told you that the most unstoppable people you admire, the icons, the leaders, the game changers, once stood exactly where you are right now, at zero, no fame, no fortune, just a fire. This isn't a story about luck. It's a story about relentless grit. And today I'm going to show you how zero isn't the end. It's the beginning of something unstoppable. Good morning, everyone. Today, I want to talk about something that lives within each of us, the power to rise from zero and become unstoppable. The title of this talk is E0 to Unstoppable, the Relentless Journey. And that journey is not about luck. It's about drive. It's about grit. It's about choosing to rise every single time life tries to keep you down. Maybe you started with nothing, no resources, no support, no roadmap. But remember this, every legend began as an underdog. Every champion was once unknown. It's not where you start. It's how fiercely you fight to keep going. Being relentless means refusing to quit when it gets tough. It means getting back up when you're knocked down. It means showing up for yourself even when no one else does. The journey from zero to unstoppable is not easy, but it's worth it. You don't need permission to chase greatness. You just need the courage to start and the strength to keep going. So, if you're feeling like you're starting from zero, good. That means your story is about to become epic. Starting from zero isn't a weakness. It's an opportunity. Every great success story begins with humble beginnings. Zero is the foundation for limitless potential. Relentlessness is more powerful than talent. Consistent effort beats occasional brilliance. Keep showing up. Resilience turns failure into fuel. Every setback is a setup for a stronger comeback. Learn, adapt, and keep moving. Being unstoppable is a mindset, not a destination. It's not about reaching a point. It's about becoming the kind of person who never stops pushing forward. Every great success story begins with a moment of nothing. No resources, no recognition, no clear path. Just a spark. Starting from zero often feels like being behind, like you're playing catch up in a race where others have a head start. But in reality, zero is not a setback. It's a clean slate, a blank page, and one of the most powerful positions to be in. When you start with nothing, every step forward is progress. Every gain is earned. And that kind of growth builds strength, resilience, and character in ways that comfort and privilege never could. There's an unmatched clarity that comes with starting from the ground up. You learn to rely on yourself. You learn to create solutions, to think independently, to push through when no one else is watching or cheering you on. There's a raw, gritty magic in those early days when you're not focused on protecting what you have, but on building something from scratch. You're driven not by fear of losing it all, but by the hunger to create something meaningful. Being at zero gives you the freedom to fail, to experiment, to evolve without fear of judgment. There are no expectations, no pressure to maintain an image or a status. It's where passion is tested and dreams are forged. It's where real growth happens, not in the spotlight, but in the shadows where you're working hard, learning the game, and laying the foundation brick by brick. History is filled with people who started from nothing and changed the world. People who were underestimated, overlooked, and doubted. But what they had was vision. What they had was fire. They understood that zero isn't a weakness, it's a beginning. It's a beginning. And those who embrace that beginning with determination and persistence are the ones who rise, slowly but surely, until they become unstoppable. The journey from zero teaches you things no shortcut ever could. It humbles you, but it also sharpens you. Every obstacle becomes a lesson. Every small win becomes fuel. And before long, what once looked like the bottom becomes the solid ground you used to climb. Being relentless is a force more powerful than talent. While talent may give, but every detour and disappointment shapes you into someone tougher, smarter, and more prepared. The bounce back is where true power is built. Anyone can keep going when it's easy, but the ones who rise through failure, those are the ones who make it all the way. The journey from zero to unstoppable is paved with setbacks. But every time you get up after a fall, you're not starting over, you're starting stronger. Resilience makes sure of that. It ensures that every fall adds to your foundation instead of taking from it. Being unstoppable isn't about reaching a final destination or some grand finish line where everything is perfect. It's a mindset, a decision you make every single day to keep moving forward no matter what. People often believe that once they hit a certain goal, they'll finally feel complete, fulfilled, or unshakable. But the truth is that feeling doesn't come from accomplishments. It comes from becoming the kind of person who refuses to be held back. Being unstoppable is about how you think, how you respond to pressure, and how deeply you believe in yourself when no one else does. Something you cultivate moment by moment through every challenge, every failure, and every tough decision. It's not about perfection or having all the answers. It's about showing up when it's hard, choosing growth when comfort calls, and pushing through when the excuses get loud. It's a mindset that says, you become unstoppable when you stop relying on motivation and start relying on discipline. When you realize that progress comes from doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's about waking up with purpose and carrying that purpose through the highs and the lows, through the noise and the silence. It's about trusting the grind when the glory feels far away. That mindset doesn't just get you to your goals. It makes you unshakable regardless of the outcome. Yeah. Move. Oh, cool. Regardless of the outcome. The unstoppable mindset means you don't wait for perfect conditions. You move. You adapt. You keep going even when you're tired, even when you're scared, and even when no one is watching. You stop fearing failure because you know it's part of the path. You stop comparing yourself because you're focused on your own lane, your own growth, your own journey. And the more you build that mindset, the more momentum you gain until eventually you realize you don't break under pressure, you rise because of it. Being unstoppable is never about what you have. It's about who you decide to be. And once you lock into that mentality, there's no limit to what you can overcome, create, or become. The journey from zero to unstoppable isn't reserved for the lucky or the chosen. It's built by the bold, the ones who dare to start with nothing, who refuse to quit, who turn pain into power and failure into fuel. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment or the perfect plan. You just need to start. Relentless. Be resilient. Own the mindset. And no matter where you are right now, remember, 0 isn't your limit. It's your launch pad.